I'm Megan Orman from Megan Orman Fitness. I am the mom of two boys, and both times in postpartum I dealt with diastasis recti. The first time in my postpartum experience, I went where all good mothers go, and to the Pinterest boards. And I pinned tons of those diastasis recti exercise lists, workout programs, do, don't do's, all of them. And I followed most of them to a T, and I thought I was doing the right thing. In my second postpartum experience, I actually got some formal education about postpartum fitness and realized that everything I thought I knew wasn't exactly right. So for you, I want to cut through the waste of time, cut through the myths that are holding you back, and I want to tell you about the 5 diastasis recti myths holding you back and why they're not true. Go into a little bit of detail, but if you want the full explanation on the myths that I'm talking about now, head to my website, meganorman.com/myths, and download this free guide so you can get all of the details that you need to know. But in this first myth, we're going to talk about, the first myth is it's about the gap. It is not about the gap. Although that's good information to know, but what's really most important is the strength of your core. So how do you find that out? Download this guide, click on this little video at the bottom, and I'll walk you through step by step how to figure out the strength of your core and which exercises might be helpful and not helpful for you to do. So it's not always about the gap, although that's good information for you to know. Just not the most important thing. The second myth is to follow the safe and unsafe lists that you find on Pinterest or Google for diastasis recti. So while these can be some good information for you to know with diastasis recti, the most important things for you to understand are that these lists are not the end-all be-all. What is really appropriate for somebody who is already healing their diastasis recti might not be appropriate for somebody who's 6 weeks postpartum. These lists don't know you and your core strength. So it's really difficult to make these broad generalizations about what might be safe for someone with diastasis recti versus not in these broad Pinterest lists. So how do you know which abdominal exercises are going to be appropriate for you and which aren't? You bet I've included that in this guide too. So again, meganorman.com/myths to get your hands on it. The third myth is that you have to stop all of your workout programming just to fix your core. Not true. And this really stems from all of those safe and unsafe lists that we found on Pinterest and Google. It really gets so confusing and you feel overwhelmed, and so you think, I really just can't do anything other than my core exercises, which is completely not true. You can actually work your upper body, your lower body, and gasp, your core at the same time. So that myth is just completely false. We're moving on to myth number 4, and women ask me this all the time. Is it too late? It's never too late to strengthen your core. Just like your biceps, just like your legs, at any point, at any time in your life, you can get stronger. So whether your abdominal muscles are going to completely come back together or not, that is on an individual basis. Anybody that's trying to sell you a guarantee that your abdominal muscles are going to come back together, run far away. There is no guarantee of that in life, even if you do all of the right things. But you can always strengthen your core, absolutely. So go ahead and download this guide because I'm going to walk you through the core strengthening exercises that you need to test. All of them are linked to YouTube videos too, so you can get your hands on that copy too and use that as a resource. And then the last myth is that you can prevent diastasis recti, which you cannot. You cannot prevent it because a lot of it is going to depend on your genetics and how your muscles and tissues heal. But what you can do is you can take off increased pressure and load onto your abdominals so that you don't make any situation worse in pregnancy or in early postpartum. So that is what we want to do in the goal of exercising in pregnancy and early postpartum. We want to prevent any additional separation or harmful exercises to your core. So again, at the end of this guide is a list of core strengthening exercises that I really think are going to be beneficial for you to test and progress with. So you can grab that again at meganorman.com/myths. And if you've watched this entire video, go ahead and comment below and tell me which of the myths most surprised you. So which one did you really think was true, but maybe you found out was not? And again, this was just a little snippet of what's included in this guide. So be sure to go to meganorman.com/myths and download your free guide.